Welcome to today's Research Business Daily Report, where we have news of the end of an era for a major research agency in Cincinnati, and then the first conjecture about what happened with UK pollsters and the British parliamentary elections. RBDR is sponsored today and this week by Focus Vision, your single-source solution for quantitative and qualitative research. Focus Vision has released a study into how video survey variables can help as well as hinder a research project, both its participation rate and completion rate. And we'll tell you how you can access this study at the end of today's report. Late Friday afternoon, Directions Research announced Jim Lane's election as President and Chief Marketing Officer. His ascension is accompanied by the shift of Randy Brooks, the agency's founder and president during the past 27 years, to chairman of the board. Brooks says he's extremely comfortable with the transition at this time. The time is right, he asserted. And the move also maintains what Brooks has always maintained as sacrosanct at Directions Research, namely that ownership and operation be in the hands of senior management. The Cincinnati marketplace has been the birthplace of a spate of differentiated, superior research businesses. Names we all know like Burke and Bases and MRSI and Ascribe. These have been the areas that have trained and developed executives who went on to industry prominence. Randy Brooks himself came from those quarters. But by the way, we want you to know that Directions Research has been doing so well that not only business-wise, it was a finalist in Cincinnati's Best Places to Work last year, and in 2008 it actually won that distinction in the medium-sized company bracket. Brooks, always approachable, highly intelligent, and thankfully for us and the industry, extremely outspoken, leaves the helm of a business that has done over $500 million in billings since its inception. And though Directions Research will probably continue to shine, Randy surrendering the helm does mark the end of an era. Next, with the election decided, things have kind of settled down in the UK, but for UK pollsters, answers still are being sought after the disastrous PR hit they took individually and collectively after they inaccurately projected the results of the May 7th parliamentary election. The pollsters have rerun their raw data in a search for clues about how did they get things so wrong. And official investigations are underway to get to the bottom of things. There may never be definitive answers about exactly what went wrong, but many research pros outside polling are starting to put their own 2 cents in. Something or some things the pollsters did as a group undoubtedly were at fault. And we know that because it turns out that internal polling both by the Conservative or Tory party and the Labour Party were in sync. Both believed that the Tories had an electoral advantage going into the day of the election. The Guardian's Robert Booth canvassed some of the UK pollsters for their post-election concerns, and we can synthesize those into a handful of repeated beliefs. Start with the fact that the pollsters' first question was not, "Who are you going to vote for?" Instead, they attacked voter attitudes about the campaign's bottom-line issues to determine who the pollsters thought the voter would actually end up casting their ballot for. There is a general fear, additionally, that the pollsters may not have been able to reach the proper mix of voters. UK response rates at 15 to 20% may look better than here in the US, but they're still not great. And like in the United States, conservative supporters have been adverse to participate in any kind of surveys. OC&C strategy consultant partner Michael Jarry wrote in RetailWeek.com that citizens may have been very uncertain about their final election choice until the actual day of the election. And exit polls did show that 18% claimed to have not made up their mind until that point. Then there was the highly respected U.S. pollster Mark Melman, who had no stakes in the game. But encouraged to express himself, he dug into the data and concluded 3 things. 1, UK polling analyzed the wrong thing. It focused on the percentage of the national vote for each party as opposed to the number of seats that each party would win in Parliament. Melman also pointed out that undecided voters were removed from the polling results. And the voters decided personal preference for the Conservative leader David Cameron over the Labour leader Edward Miliband appears to have been very much underplayed. That's your Research Business Daily Report. We've been sponsored by Focus Vision, your single source solution for quantitative and qualitative research. Focus Vision and AOL have just released a white paper description and analysis of a new study that concerns surveys that incorporate videos. Considering how hot video consumption is and the growing number of choices you have to watch a video, this is a compelling piece of research. So you can look for the link to it both in the email that goes out to our subscribers and in the description box underneath today's video. We hope that you have a great research day and that you will join us back here tomorrow.